Pilates class is to slowly build you up over a 6-week period so that by the 6th week you can perform a beginning level Pilates sequence knowing you're using all the right parts in all the right ways. There are a few Pilates moves that are pretty advanced even in the beginning phases, and so what I'd like to show you today is 4 classical Pilates exercises that we're going to back up to their very beginning sequences so you can see how you might break them down to make them safer to do. The first exercise is the 100, so we're going to try that one first. Remember, when you're getting onto and off of the mat or the floor or table in the postpartum period, you want to be very careful to protect your abdominals. So I recommend sliding onto your side and then arms and legs together onto your back instead of just plunging down or plunging up. So I'm going to show you the movement and what it looks like in its end, and then we're going to break it down and see how you're going to work your way slowly up to doing that safely. So in the 100, you're going to hug your knees into your chest. You're going to keep your entire core engaged, and I really encourage you to look at the Build Your Core from the Roof Down exercise video I have that will explain how to find your core in more detail. But you want to think about hugging your ribs together, bringing your belly button towards your spine, and engaging your pelvic floor. And then you're going to elevate your head and shoulders as you lengthen your legs up. You're beating your hands from your knees to your hips as you inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you do this, you're thinking about keeping your belly in. You're thinking about these two bones coming together, ribs are together, and you're breathing in sequence. So that's the 100 at its end stage, but how do we get there? So step 1 is finding your alignment on the mat and finding a neutral spine. Neutral means you're not totally flat or arched. You're in this halfway point with these bones and your pubic bone roughly in the same plane. And then you need to think about your ribs, tucking them down and together so they're not up at the sky. So the first exercise I start with is the abdominal march. Inhale your belly to a relaxed position, and on the exhale, hug your belly in. Think about pulling these two bones together. So you're breathing with more of a chest breath or a sideways lateral ribcage breath here. I want you to envision a glass of icy cold water resting on your belly button. It cannot spill, so your pelvis needs to stay very still during this exercise. You're going to dig deep into your abs as you lift your right leg up just a couple of inches. Lower your right leg down. Don't shift your pelvis. Don't spill your water. Lift the other leg up. You have to go deep into those abdominals to make sure you do this without twisting or rotating your pelvis. Other things you want to look for at this beginning phase is how your body might want to cheat. Our bodies are smart, and it wants to outsource the work of this muscle that's been in hibernation for some time. So be careful that your arms are just gently resting on the floor. They're not pushing in and doing all the work. You also want to pay attention to the weight underneath the opposite foot. So as I lift my right leg up, I don't want to dig my left foot into the mat. Imagine there's tiny little eggshells underneath there. You don't want to smash them. So this is step 1. Let me show you step 2 to work towards the 100. It's called tabletop. So again, in your neutral frame, you're going to inhale your belly to a relaxed position, and on the exhale, you're going to hug your belly in. Think about bringing these two bones together, and you're going to bring one leg up to a 90-degree tabletop position. As you shift to lift the other leg up deep in your belly towards your spine, don't let your back arch, don't let your ribs peel off the mat. And then you're going to lower one leg, lower the other leg, breathe your belly in, reset, exhale, belly in. Pull those bones together as you lift. Dig deep into the abs as you lift. Very little weight underneath your arms. Lower one leg, don't arch your back, lower the other leg. Now can you do that without breaking? As you lift, lift, lower, lower. Lift, lift, lower, lower. That's step 2. Here's step 3. Starting the same way in your neutral alignment, inhale your belly, relaxed position, and on the exhale, hug your belly in, close your book, pull one leg up to that tabletop position, dig deep to pull the other leg up to tabletop. Now straighten the first leg to the sky, straighten the second leg to the sky. All of this stays neutral, belly in. Lower to 90, lower to 90. Bring one foot down, bring the other foot down. So again, it's lift, lift, extend, extend, lower to 90, lower to 90. Foot to the floor, no arching, bring the other foot to the floor. Great, now we're going to advance it even further, starting with that same cue. Inhale your belly, relaxed position. Exhale, hug your belly in. You're going to lift, lift, straighten. Straighten, and now pump your arms from your knees to your hips like you're beating them on the top of the water. And you're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if this is too hard on your back, bend your knees. Still get the motion down here. We're trying to circulate the oxygen all throughout the body, keeping your ribs together, hugging your belly in as you do this. And then lower, lower. Now we're ready to try raising your head. When you raise your head, you want to think about lengthening from the crown of the head and curling up fist distance, chin to your chest, never jamming your chin to your neck. So hug your knees into your chest. Good, thinking ribs together, hugging your belly in, lengthen your legs straight up to the sky. Beat your hands from your knees to your hips as you inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to do 5 with the head down, then we'll elevate the head and shoulders. As you're doing this, you're thinking about ribs together and hugging your belly in. You've got 2 to go, beating your hands from your knees to your hips, keeping your neutral alignment, and now lengthen your head, fist distance, chin to your chest as you inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach through your fingertips. And as you exhale, deepen your belly towards your spine. You've got 2 to go. Reach those legs long and strong. You've got 1 to go. And then hug your knees into your chest, lower your head and shoulder, and that's the 100 broken down into its very most compartmental points. Now let's try double leg stretch. Typical double leg stretch, and it's going to be a little hard because I have the wall in my way here, will look like this. And you'll circle your arms around. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, reach long. This is not the first exercise I would recommend doing in a postnatal Pilates class as you're relearning the moves. What it's going to look like in its broken down phases is to start in this position, finding your neutral alignment on the mat or the table or the floor. You want a position where these bones and these bones are in the same plane. You want to think about checking your ribs, and now inhale your belly to a relaxed position. And on the exhale, hug your belly in, pull these 2 bones together like you're closing the pages of a book. And now I want you to practice just sliding that left leg long out on the mat, flex your foot, energy shoots out of the heel, and on the exhale, point your toe deep in your belly as you pull the leg back in. So it's inhale to flex and reach. It's exhale, point deep in your belly to pull that leg back in. That glass of icy cold water is resting here on your belly. Don't let it spill. So your pelvis should not rotate or dip down. You're not going to press your arms into the mat. You're not going to push the other leg into the mat. It's the work of the abdominals to lengthen and to pull the leg back in. Again, the sequence of breath is inhale, flex and extend. Exhale to point and return. And then breathe your belly to a relaxed position. Step 2. Exhale, belly comes in. Pull these 2 bones together towards the middle. Your glass of water still rests there. You're going to inhale to flex and extend that left leg long out onto the mat. Your right arm comes up and overhead. Don't let those ribs pop. Those ribs have to stay in their position. So it's inhale, leg and arm reach in opposite directions. On the exhale, deepen your belly to motivate those 2 parts coming back to the center. Now switch. Inhale to flex and extend your right leg. Left arm comes up and overhead. Sew those ribs together. Only go as far back with your arm as you can. No popping of the ribs. And then come to the center. So it's inhale like you're stretching first thing in the morning. Exhale, everything deepens to find the center. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, bring it in. Step 3, we're going to elevate the legs a little bit. So you're going to inhale your belly relaxed position. Exhale, belly pulls in. Pull these 2 bones together as you hug your knees into your chest. You're going to exhale to hug your knees in. You're going to inhale as you extend your left leg to the ceiling, right arm to the ceiling. Belly stays in, ribs stay together. And then exhale, find the center. Inhale, reach long and strong in opposite directions. Exhale, bring it in. Now test the waters to see how far back you can go with your arm and your leg without anything popping out and losing your neutral frame. Inhale, like you're stretching first thing in the morning, and then exhale, find the center. 1 more time in each direction. And then breathe your belly to a relaxed position. The next step is to elevate your head and shoulders. So again, you're going to lengthen from the crown of the head, fist distance, chin to your chest as you keep your ribs together, your belly in. Elevate your head and shoulders. You're going to exhale to hug the knees into your chest. Inhale your opposite arm and leg. The further down and the further back you go, the harder it is on your core. So if you have to, you can be right here. Find that sweet spot where you get a challenge, but you don't break your form. And this is the next advancement, like so. Lower your head and shoulders. We're getting close to the final position of double leg stretch. Make sure that the ribs stay together, your belly stays in. Can you engage your pelvic floor and add a little extra to the bottom of the core? And now lengthen from the crown of the head. You're going to exhale to hug those knees in. This time I want you to inhale both arms and legs straight up to the sky, and then exhale, bring them back in again. And then inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, find the center. And I want you to slowly work your way a little further away from the center until you're doing double leg stretch, but not letting your belly pop out, not letting your ribs pop out. And that's a much safer way to get to the final pose. Last one I'm going to show you is the bridge. We all know the bridge is just lifting your butt up and back down again, but I want you to add a little oomph to the bridge that you're used to doing, and I'll show you how to do that. Bridging in the postpartum female should only be done after all bleeding has stopped, because we don't want to introduce any air into a space where the cervix might still be open or dilated a little bit. Bring your knees together, your feet together. Find your neutral alignment on the mat. You're going to exhale and contract your pelvic floor like you're stopping the flow of urine. Hold on to that. Now you're going to bring your belly in, and these two bones try to meet in the middle. Then you're going to rock back and roll up into your bridge, one bone at a time. Neck is long, shoulders are loose. Exhale, fold from your bra line first. Set your spine down one bone at a time on the table. Don't flatten it down. Roll it down one bone at a time. Almost like you've got a line of grapes underneath you. You're going to smash them one grape at a time. When your tailbone arrives, inhale, release, melt, and relax. Exhale to engage your pelvic floor like you're stopping the flow of urine. Belly and book closed as you rock back and roll up into your bridge. Neck is long, shoulders are loose. You're inhaling at the top of the motion. Exhale, fold from the bra line, one bone at a time into the mat, almost like you're setting your spine down like a strand of pearls. When your tailbone arrives, inhale, release, relax. One bone at a time.